So we are back. Peanut Gallery, Heroes of Wrestling. This was voted the worst match of that entire show. I could bring up the Jake the Snake stuff, but given his status at that time, I thought this one would be a little more appropriate. This was the tag team match between the Bushwhackers and Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkoff.
This was in 1999 as well, way past their prime.
This was 1999.
We don't need to give you all the context into Heroes of Wrestling.
You know what Heroes of Wrestling is.
Yeah,
you'll get
there's a Vice documentary on this. So.
Yes, it was a disaster. This match was particularly bad. Without further ado, let's watch it.
Very good. And getting the crowd excited.
See, look at how old, like they're
the Sheik's
belly
belly
past their prime with this.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me, see, that's good. That's good. See,
It's just sad, man.
Yeah.
So this was in Mohegan Sun's Casino. Oh, God, where was that? I think it was in North Carolina. Or
No,
something.
Mohegan Sun is in Connecticut.
Is in Connecticut.
Yes, and I think AEW was there last night.
Really?
Yeah, I think they were.
They were. Wow.
Yeah, they were at Mohegan Sun last night.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, WWE always goes there whenever they're in the Harvard area. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at that. Everything sort of worked together.
Right. I don't know the last time they were there, but anyways, let's get back to the match because this match has just been terrible and nothing has happened yet.
God, man. These people are. These four are legends, and three of the four of them are now passed. By the way. I think the only one that's alive is Luke of the Bushwhackers. The Iron Sheik can barely take a fucking bump.
Right.
Please. Can barely get out of the ring.
Right. It's like, God, it's like, this is why you don't have them wrestle in 1999 when they're way past their prime. Like, these guys were 80s guys, I think, right? Or even 70s guys.
Yeah, Hogan beat Iron Sheik for his first I think it was still WWF champion.
Yeah. And this was in 1999.
Now, that was before WrestleMania. Right.
And again, 1999, same year as, like, not Hulk Hogan, but Steve Austin doing...
This is Attitude Era.
Right, this is Attitude Era.
So, if I'm not mistaken, the story is that the guy who put on the show won the lottery, and he was a big 80s wrestling fan, and he wanted to put all them together. So he had, like, Yokozuna in this. Well,
not in this particular show.
No, he was in this.
1999, I thought he died earlier than 99.
No, I think he was in this show. I could be wrong.
You could, yeah, because if it was 99, I think. I
thought Yoko, dude. I thought he died in 01.
No, I thought he died in 97. I could be wrong though. Let's not look it up now. But, anyways, yeah, this is really bad.
So, this crowd are a bunch of morons. They're chanting USA, and literally nobody in this match is from America, because the Bushwhackers are from New Zealand. They're from Auckland. Or one of them were.
Right.
Auckland, same thing.
Well, obviously, there's, this is like, they're the American haters.
And I technically don't have to pause this because nobody owns this footage anymore. It's essentially public domain at this point.
Right.
It's 23 years old.
Yeah.
Barely get in the damn ring.
I'm sure someone owns it, but what are they going to do?
Right.
It's like, does it really even matter? But yeah, this is kind of sad to see. Because look at how, like, fat and old.
That's Nikolai Volkoff.
Yeah, Volkoff and Iron Sheik.
Volkoff looks horrid. I mean, at the very least, the Bushwhackers look like they're in some kind of decent shape.
Right.
That was nothing.
That was an abysmal spot there. Oh, they didn't even hit. Okay, calm down here.
He's not even... They know better. They know better how to do this.
Yeah.
It literally looks like somebody picked Grandpa out of the crowd, put red tights on him, and said, go.
Right, go wrestle.
And it's like, Nikolai Volkoff was a power lifter. I think he was Olympic-level power lifter, if I'm not mistaken. I know he was an amateur wrestler.
Right.
But he was from the Soviet Union, when it was still the Soviet Union, though.
God,
those stomps are so bad.
Those stomps are so weak.
This ref is awful too. Like,
right?
Why is his back turned? That was literally a nothing.
Right.
Look at how just absolutely gutted poor Iron Sheik's knees are. God, man.
Right.
He can barely move. And he was a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Like, he was. He supported us very early on.
But damn, this referee is just not keeping an eye on the ball here. Like, come on here, people. Like, look at this. This is sad.
This is just so pathetic. It's like, why did this guy do this? There were wrestlers that were still in shape in the early 90s that they could have picked.
Yeah.
But no, he's like, oh, I like Nikolai Volkoff and the Iron Sheik. They were a great tag team in the 80s. They're still in the same
and here we
shape
are
now.
Almost in 90. We're almost in 2000, nearly 20 years later.
Yeah, and they're getting in the ring and doing this.
Right. It's almost like Ric Flair doing it nowadays, you know? It's like,
He wants
Jesus.
to. Look at his knees, God.
I know.
Just sitting there waddling.
Right?
He could barely.
Right, he can barely move. Like, he's just having a hard time moving.
But the funny thing is that he was still, like, Iron Sheik was still very strong at this point too. Like, he could still use those Iranian clubs and still do that. You know how heavy those things are? But I think that's probably what happened with his damn knees, or like shooting off to the side.
Right.
Get him out of the ring. This is the baby face, the dumbest baby face ever.
Right.
Get out of the ring.
And God, this referee can't even, like, keep an eye on anything worth shit.
It's a really bad referee.
Right. Oh.
That was not bad. Like, do stuff that you can do.
Did that guy just throw out his back?
Probably.
Jesus Christ, this is terrible.
He's going to slam Luke. Well, he's playing with him. He's got that bear hug.
Apparently that's a bear hug.
Right.
He's gently put him down and go night-night.
Serious.
I will say, like, Volkoff was about to drop. I think that's Luke. And him keeping him up was actually fairly impressive. That's still a grown man. That's still some core strength. No tag, by the way. Just
Right, no tags at all.
Does this guy not know the concept of a tag team match? That camel clutch is so bad.
Right.
But, you know, the guy can barely, like, fall.
Right.
And again, the crowd.
And they're chanting USA again.
Yep, for no reason.
No, nobody in...
Maybe the referee was,
Also, the camera angles are freaking awful.
Oh, well, yeah, again, production here. But this is just a mess.
Remember, Heroes of Wrestling, like, this was the first show of a start of a new company.
Right.
Like, this was a roster that was going to go on tour.
Right, yeah, they weren't going to go on tour. Not with all the people. Oh, my God.
What? I don't even know what that was supposed to be because the dumbass in the legitimate huge hat is in the way.
Right.
Get over there, and there's the tag. Butch is back in.
It's like, wow. They're throwing weak punches here.
With those shots.
No, those were like little pats.
And headbutt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that was a good head. That was a headbutt. God, it's more like shoulder to
We're just
shoulder.
Down under of taking control.
Did we want to see if we could have done something there?
Right.
I think this was voted the worst match of the year that year. They just lazily fall to the ground.
Right. Seriously.
Every bone is turned to dust.
So, yeah.
I think I saw more grace in that CMLL six-person tag than this.
Right.
At least they could still roll and somewhat run.
Right. It's like,
This
is-
ref is the worst ref I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right. It's like, seriously, like, can you like pay attention to what's going on here? Oh, here comes a weapon.
There is a foreign object. Wait a minute. That took down his partner.
He just fell.
1, 2, 3. It's
And that was it.
Wow.
That was atrocious.
Yeah, that was an atrocious match.
Like, I mean, that was... Whew. I mean, I watched the cover sheet Abaddon match that he wanted to, this one was substantially better, like for the premise of the show. So that was it. Let us know what you thought about our show in the comments down below. Next week we are not doing a show. I know it is Crown Jewel.
Mothership's in town though.
Mothership's in town, so we gotta do that. We
gotta postpone it.
We gotta postpone, so that will be for the weekend after.
Yes.
If you guys enjoyed this, remember to like, follow, subscribe, share. All that great stuff. Links are in the bio or in the description for all the social medias, Patreon, and where else you can watch or listen us on. And as always, be
majestic.